Hello and welcome to another fantastic edition of Coach's Corner presented by Hubler Auto Group. Today we're a little bit different. My co-host Thomas Crow is in Costa Rica wakeboarding, so very cool for him. We're very jealous of him. My name is Brian Powers, obviously, and today I am joined by a student athlete at Franklin Community High School. I am joined by Lillian Lacy. So we don't know, it's not necessarily Coach's Corner today. It's more of like Athletes Avenue or something like that. I don't know. We're trying to figure that out still. We're a work in progress here, Lillian. So first of all, Lillian, thank you for joining us. How are you today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you. Thank you. So tomorrow morning, take us through what's happening.
So we're going to be at the semi-state tomorrow, and our number one goal is we're trying to advance to state as a team. So trying to get top 6 as a team.
Now, your coach came in a few weeks ago and told us it's the top 6 that advance. Are you close to that? I mean, is that a realistic goal?
Yeah, so actually we just had like a little team meeting about this yesterday, and Coach Lane was showing us like a PowerPoint, like he always does for our meets, and we were kind of going over like the different possibilities of team places that we could get, and we could honestly get anywhere from 4th to 12th. So there's a lot of there's just like a big pool of teams that are really similar to us. So it's really just going to come down to who's what team is having a good day. And every little spot is going to matter.
So once you get down to the end, like that last 800 meters or something,
yeah,
you know
it's going to be a fight.
It's
yeah.
whatever places you can get, you just kind of go for.
Yeah.
So in looking outside today, it's 70 degrees. It was really nice yesterday, a little humid. We've got some rain coming in, some storms, and then tomorrow weather is going to be a little cooler. How is that for you? Like mentally, do you care if it's muddy or anything like that?
Yeah. So actually the radar's looking pretty good for tomorrow. Looks pretty clear. I don't want to speak too soon, but I think the temperature is going to be good, high 40s, which is perfect, I think. Yeah. Last year at the semi-state, it was horrific. It was torrential downpour, windy, muddy, super cold. But I guess at least for us, we always look at it as every team, we're all in the same conditions, so it doesn't really matter. And if we can just fight through whatever conditions we're given. So tomorrow, I mean, obviously if it's a perfect temperature and perfect conditions, I'm going to be really grateful for that. But if it's not, I just acknowledge that everybody else is running in the same conditions.
Yeah, they all have to step up to the line too.
Yeah.
So this season, your senior season, it's been normal, right? It's been a good regular season, just everything the same. Before the season started, Coach Lane talked about over the summer how the upperclassmen and the seniors have stepped up with the incoming kids and the incoming group, and just in leading the runs on their own. Was that how did that happen, and kind of who took the reins of that, and what did you do?
Yeah. So all through April and May, Coach Lane was still giving us workouts over Google Classroom, but we really couldn't meet up and run together. So we were all running by ourselves, which after a while it kind of sucks. It just gets kind of boring and monotonous. But actually, Sydney Clements was the first one to kind of bring up hey, when's the soonest time that we can get together and practice? And I was kind of hesitant at first, the beginning of June. I was I really don't know if we're allowed to do that yet. I don't want to push it. I don't want to make anybody mad, but we ended up starting to meet at the beginning of June, and really the way it happened is we started a group message, me, Sydney, Jenna Newton had a part in that too, and we started a group message and just starting to get the information out, hey, we're going to be meeting at the rec center at this time, just trying to get as many people as we could. We tried to enforce social distancing and everything still. Yeah, but I think it helped kind of create the team atmosphere from the beginning. So in years past, we always have practices all summer, and that kind of just starts building a team culture. And I think it was good to be able to get the freshmen in early to start getting used to our training regimen. So, yeah. So
how has the senior year been? Obviously, everything is so weird. The minimal amount of fans at these meets. I mean, you've gone to, you've had sectionals and there's hardly been anyone there. And I know just when I run and there's people cheering and yelling, that helps so much. And it's got to be kind of weird where some meets just end up like a practice. So how has the senior year been in general?
Yeah, it hasn't been quite as different as I thought it would be because, I mean, we're still like doing our usual training like we would normally be doing. And we still have like our meets every Saturday, although some of the meets are like kind of different because they're more like spread out and are emptier. Although I kind of like it, like we don't go over to the line until like 10 minutes before the race, which is nice because usually like the more time I spend waiting around, like I'm more anxious. So I'm honestly just grateful that we get to have a season because I was really scared I wasn't going to get to have a senior season. So I'm really just like every time I step up to the line, I'm just like grateful to have the chance to race. So I think it's kind of put things in perspective, and I really think it's honestly made me have a better season because I appreciate it more.
Right.
But yeah, like you said, like it's weird at some of the meets. Like at conference, it felt so empty. Like I was laughing the first 100 meters of the race because I was like, what? Like it's so quiet. Like this is so weird.
Yeah, at the start, that's always when everyone starts yelling.
Yeah.
You always hear like, I always laugh because there was always parents who were like, just like right off the bat, you gotta go, you gotta
I know my dad like
it's
100 meters into the race would be like, you gotta pump your arms. I'm like, I'm not even 1K in. So
personally for you, how are you? What's your outlook for tomorrow? What's your goals? I mean, obviously the team you want to advance, but you said you could get anywhere from 4th to 12th. So let's say worst case scenario, you guys get 12th.
Yeah.
What's your outlook for yourself?
I think I try not to like set time goals for myself because I usually just end up getting psyched out. Ray really stressed like getting in position early. So I think I want to focus on trying to like get with a pack early in the race. And like at semi-state, I kind of have a history of like fizzling out at the end. And also I just want to focus on leaving it all out on the course. So because there's the chance that it could be my last like cross country race, I just want to like give it everything I have. So I feel like if I cross the finish line knowing that I gave my 100% effort, then like I really can't be that disappointed in whatever the results are.
So are you, I mean, is it kind of advancing to state? Is that something you're looking at? Because how do they do the advancement to the state?
Yeah, so it's the top 6 teams, but then it's the next 10 individuals from non-qualifying teams. Okay. So it's pretty hard to get in as an individual. But I feel like maybe if I get down closer to my PR, like down under 19, I might have a shot. Yeah. But it really just depends.
Well, it's a flat course out there, isn't it?
Yeah. So I'm kind of excited to see what I run because usually by semi-state we run at the Shelbyville course during the season. But this year, like we didn't do the early bird meet that we usually do in August at that course. Regionals is at our course now. It used to be at the Shelbyville course. Yeah. So this will actually be our first time racing there this season.
So just in your, have you run all 4 years?
Yeah.
Okay, and then did you run in middle school?
Yeah, I ran cross country in 7th and 8th grade.
Okay, so how did you get started running?
Yeah, so, my mom's always been like a runner. Yeah. So I knew like when I was going into middle school, and I just like always want to try everything. Yeah. In 6th grade, I was like, I'm gonna try track. Cross country had never crossed my mind. Like I'm pretty sure I barely even knew it was a sport. Like I didn't know anyone in cross country. Like a lot of other people kind of get started in it because like they have like older siblings that did it or something. But I only knew about track. So I was like, I'm gonna join track. And I thought I was gonna be a sprinter. And then they put me in distance group and I ended up running the mile.
Because you're not a sprinter then.
Yeah, right? Yeah. And
everyone's a 100 runner. Like the first couple days of practice, 100 and 200, like when I coached, we just had
That's what everybody
lines,
wants to do.
And it's like, I'm gonna run the 100. And it's like, No, you're not.
Yeah,
You are not.
I was not, and so I started running the mile, and I honestly, like, they would tell me just to, like, hang back with someone, and I just didn't, like, I just ran the mile. Like, I didn't really, like, try that hard, or I thought I was, but I definitely had a lot more potential. But anyway, then, like, the distance coaches at the end of track season started talking about, like, well, we want some of you guys to run cross country and stuff, so it's like, okay, I'll try it. And I tried it in 7th grade, and I loved it. Like, I had, like, best friends on the team. I thought it was so fun. I, like, cried when the season was over. And that's how I started cross country. And that, I was at Greenwood at the time, so 7th and 8th grade, and then I came to Franklin freshman year.
So describe to someone, because, I mean, I'm a jogger, because my brother makes sure to point out I'm not a runner. I'm a jogger. So point out or explain to people, like, what running has done for you and what you get out of it, because sometimes, I mean, I'm sure you've heard, I don't run that fast unless someone's chasing me or something. You get that all the time.
Yeah.
Just explain kind of what it is.
I know, I feel like a lot of people, like, will be like, why do you like to run? Like, why? And honestly, like, during the race, sometimes you're like, I hate this.
Yeah.
For, like, one of the things that feels good about running, I feel like, is just the sense of accomplishment after.
Yeah.
Like, after just, like, knowing that you, like, put so much into something. But really with running too, just, first of all, I love the team atmosphere. Like, that's a big part of it. When you all have, like, a collective goal and you're all, like, encouraging one another to achieve, like, your individual goals. It's just, like, really encouraging and inspiring, I guess.
Yeah.
But then also, like, I'm a person who I love to just, like, set goals and, like, work to achieve them. So I'm, like, a really goal-oriented person. And so I think running has provided that for me, like, just that, having that where every day, like, when I go to practice, like, I know what I'm working towards. I'm working towards a goal. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I just feel like it's going to be so weird next year, because I don't think I'm going to run in college.
So what are your plans after high school?
I don't know. I haven't completely ruled out running in college, but, like, right now I don't know if I will. But I also, like, it's always been such a big part of my life that I don't know. I think I'll always still, even if it's not competitively, like, I'll always still, like, you know, like, wake up in the morning and go for a run or something.
Yeah.
Because it's just, like,
It just starts your day off.
Yes,
right?
it's just, like, a substantial part of my day.
Yeah.
It's, like, getting my run in.
Yeah, when it's just, like, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, I'm done with the run at, like, 5:30 or 5:45 in the morning, and it's still dark out, and it's so quiet, and I'm just like, it's gonna be a good day. And
I know. I'm just like, yes, look at me being productive.
Yeah, you
like,
just wake up,
the sun
and it's
comes
like,
up.
it doesn't matter. Like, the rest of the day too, you can just be like, well, do I want those extra chips? Like, yep, I ran this morning, so I can. It's just, there's something to it. Okay, so let's say you don't run, what are you going to do after high school?
As of right now, I want to go to college and probably go pre-med. So I love science. I haven't decided exactly what I want to major in, but I'm thinking maybe, like, biochem. I also really like psychology so far, so I might, like, minor in that. I also love journalism. Like, I like writing, so I might minor in that. So I don't know. I also like exercise science.
Yeah, I was going to say
nutrition.
You should do, like, kinesiology.
Yeah. So I thought about doing something like that, and then I also love nutrition, and I've thought maybe I could minor in nutrition, but I don't know. I need to narrow down
your mind
what
is
I like to do. But that's part of the reason I'm just like, there's so much I want to do that I don't know if I want to run in college, because I feel like it might just be an added element of stress.
Right.
Even though it's going to be weird not having that team environment that I've been used to my entire life. Like, I've never not done a sport.
So what colleges are you looking at, any specific?
I applied to IU, Butler, Miami of Ohio, Northwestern, Vanderbilt, and Notre Dame.
Whew.
So I just submitted all my applications last week. It's like relief.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get quick hitters. Okay, I'm gonna try this. I don't know how this is gonna work. So I'm just gonna ask you questions and you just give me the answers.
Okay.
All right. Night before the race meal.
Baked potato, except tonight I'm having stew. So it used to be baked potato, but now I've been switching it up lately.
Ooh.
But the stew has potatoes in it still. I always have some form of potato.
Well, you got to have starch and carbs.
Yeah. Always have some form of potato. That's my final answer.
Morning of the race meal.
Oatmeal and an egg.
Okay. Longest run you've ever been on.
13.1 miles.
Ah, nice. You have a long run. You have to get done. You can go anywhere in the general area. Like you can drive there. Where are you going?
Downtown Franklin.
Who are you bringing with you?
Jenna and Lauren.
And then worst race conditions you've ever been on?
Semi-state last year.
Favorite course to run on?
Brown County.
Favorite race to be in?
Oh. Brown County race. I
Okay.
love that one.
Would you rather lead a race, have a big lead, but someone's closing in on you at the end and you have to hold them off, or chase someone down?
Chase someone is terrifying when everybody's like yelling at you, like, they're coming. I'd rather be the one that's chasing someone down.
Okay. Pre-race music.
Rap.
What? Who? I mean, are we talking like Dr. Dre, or are we talking like, do you even know who Dr. Dre is?
I know who Dr. Dre is, but
Who?
my first answer that I default to is Drake, but I also like A$AP Rocky.
Okay, I don't know who A$AP Rocky is, but I have some songs I will share with you.
Okay.
Okay. Do you ever listen to Eminem before a race?
Oh yeah, sometimes.
Okay.
I've got a whole playlist.
Okay,
Whole
okay.
running playlist.
Day after the season's over, what are you splurging on food-wise?
Ice cream. I love ice cream.
What kind?
Ben and Jerry's.
You eating a
This
pint?
it's like this coffee one that has toffee bits in it. It's really good.
You eating a whole pint?
I'm more of a one bite at a time person.
Okay.
I'm a nibbler.
So last one. Do you listen to music when you run by yourself?
Yes.
What do you listen to?
A mix of like rap and then I don't even know what the genre would be, but mostly rap.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, also, perfect temperature to run.
The mid-40s. I know. It seems like most people would be like, that's cold, but yeah, mid-40s, because usually if it's 45 and above, I don't have to wear gloves.
Okay.
My fingers are what really gets cold. Like, I won't wear long sleeves unless it's 30 degrees or under.
See, this may surprise you. My head gets cold. And I wear long sleeves like majority of the time. So even if it's like 81 or 82, I'll still wear long sleeves. So I like running when it's really hot. But I have determined in the last like 5 years, if it's 100 degrees, if it's 3 digits, don't run. I don't run anymore.
Oh yeah.
But I did it one time where I ran. It was like 4 or 5 years ago. I ran like 8 miles, and by the end, I was like, this is stupid. I'm not racing anyone. Why am I still running? Or if the temperature is single syllable.
Oh,
1,
don't.
2,
It hurts to breathe.
3, yeah. 7, 2 syllables. It's an anomaly. I've gotten stuck with it before. My friend's like, I go, I'm not running. My friend says, it's 7, you have to run. I'm like, it's true. So, okay. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank
we are
you.
going to be cheering for you and the boys and your whole team, obviously.
Yeah.
So it's going to be, are you excited, nervous? How you doing?
I'm excited and nervous. Honestly, I just think it's going to be a really emotional day regardless.
Yeah.
So if we make it to state, it's going to be really emotional. It's the
Yeah.
first time we ever have as a team. And if we don't, it's just going to be emotional because it'll be my last race. So.
Well, I will say my brother, before every race, my dad would always say to him, plan the race and race the plan. So I'll say that to you too, I guess.
Yeah, I'm ready to leave it all out there.
Yeah, all right. So best of luck to Lillian and the girls cross country team and the boys cross country team tomorrow at the state meet at Shelbyville.
Semi-state.
Semi-state, my bad, semi-state.
Hopefully state next weekend.
I'm just trying to put some positivity. So, absolutely. So, thank you for joining us and being here with us this afternoon.
Thank you.
This afternoon. Before we go, we'd just like to kind of give a quick shout out to our baseball team and our baseball coach, Ryan Firebend. He lost his father this week, Doug Firebend, on Tuesday. And as a program, as an FCH athletics program, we just want you to know that we're here for you, that we're thinking about you. Doug was a great man. He leaves behind a wife and 2 kids with Ryan and his wife, Brooke, and then their daughter, Amy, Doug's daughter, Amy, Ryan's sister, and 6 grandchildren. He was a volunteer and worked in and coached the Franklin Community High School baseball program and the feeder programs for the last 25 years. So he's a fixture around Franklin, and he was a great coach, a great man, a great father, husband, and he will be dearly missed. So Coach Firebend and the FCHS baseball family, just know that we're thinking about you here on Coach's Corner and the athletic department as a whole. So Lillian Lacy, my guest. I am Brian Powers, and this was Coach's Corner, Athletes Avenue by Hubler Auto Group. Have a great day.
Hubler is proud to be the official sponsor of Franklin Athletics. Score massive savings on all your favorite brands. Plus, get our 10-year, 200,000-mile warranty included. For all auto needs, just click drivehubler.com. Let's go, Grizzly Cubs!